episode hadn't hit play yet.
I'm not good today.
Who's snapping to That's my...
Used all my noise up with my snaps.
Yeah.
Ricky learned to snap this week. That's a fun topic for the podcast.
Really?
Exciting. What prompted you to learn how to snap?
You make fun of me.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
No, it was last week.
Yo, bullying works?
I don't think I've ever
Question
told
mark?
you I couldn't snap.
You definitely have, because I remember that. Because I remember I used to keep thinking it was Austin who couldn't snap, but he can. So
I can
Hey,
snap with my
I
ring
can-
finger.
this is now a snapping podcast.
I can only snap my left hand.
That's kind of strange if
never
you're
mind.
right-handed.
I could do it on my right.
Oh.
I snap better with my left hand.
Nah.
What happened?
My wrong hand, as it's called.
Non-dominant, my submissive hand.
Is it my breedable hand, though?
That's really, like,
What
that's a
happened
miss
last week?
on whoever decided dominant hand to not call it submissive hand. I feel like
You better be there when
they
we're
missed
back.
a bit there.
Because I know we're losing that spot, so you be available when we get back.
You can always just park out here.
That's not much.
I
walking.
park out there occasionally when there's no parking spots. There is not a goblin out here who will take your tires. Don't worry. That gate will not stop a goblin.
They might siphon your gas.
Yes. They don't use it. They drink it.
Yeah. Well, that's how the
Just show
Joblins, fuel themselves.
The joblin.
The
The Joblins.
So, Dawson, you said you had something you wanted to talk about maybe on the podcast. Is that a now thing or an after we talked about what happened
That's like an after we.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to.
Well,
show.
This can
One
be
of the
part of the
things-
cold open.
One of the ones is my
No, we snapped for the cold open.
one of them I'm going to prompt you guys a question.
Okay.
But the other one is
Dawson,
just
all about the questions today.
Scared.
the other one is just me talking about my giant character.
What's the question?
I'm never scared of a question.
Yeah, we'll do the question now and the giant character later.
Okay. So have you ever guys
Have you ever guys?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever gone so far as...
Have you ever guys
Have you guys ever had
No.
No.
Nice.
me neither. Ever thought of us been in a situation where you mentally think yourself man, I can see this and this is a slippery slope and I can 100% see myself falling.
Always.
Are you about
What are
to
you
talk
talking
about
about?
gambling?
Yes.
Yes, I knew.
Are you a gambling man now?
I am a gambler at heart, I've
Oh
found out.
no.
Let's go.
But a smart one.
So how much did you lose?
I told
Yeah, he
the
got
chat I won
$300.
300.
Okay, so I
It's
wouldn't say
not
it's a problem.
helping. He
Yeah.
needs to lose.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the thing. I am going to be on the slippery slope until I lose.
Well, that's the thing is, if you win enough, when you lose bad, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Because
no,
you
so-
know you can win
So
that bad.
I will explain why I consider myself a gambler now. So
Okay.
me and my dad.
This is the therapy portion of the podcast.
Will he graduate?
No. Me and my dad went over the weekend, and then we played Paiga, which is
Is that where you
It's
picked up
good
the coof?
huh?
Is that where you picked up the
Up.
coof?
It's
Shut up.
it's poker, but you have two different hands, and so you can
Yo.
you have to win both to win against the dealer. But if you win one and lose one, you don't lose anything.
Oh.
But you have to lose, so it's very hard to lose, but it's very hard. You push a lot of the time, but it makes it to where you can still play.
Is
for
it like a
couple
low
hours and not-
stakes sort of thing? Where
Kind
it's...
of, but the one we went to, the buy-in was $25.
Okay.
And so I put 100 down.
Okay.
And I was winning more than I was losing, but I was pushing a whole lot. And so eventually I got to the point where I was maybe 200. I had 200 put away, which means I was up 100.
Okay.
And then it got to the point where I started putting 50 in. I would win one and I would just double it up
Okay.
from my winnings. I never went below 100, I will say that, because I'm smart enough to not
Dip
lose
into your
more than I
buy-in.
came in with.
Uh-huh.
But then I started man, I want to actually win some money today, and I would double the 50. And so I was putting $100 bets down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a gambler.
We do a bit of gambling.
Yeah,
You
you
know
know
what?
what?
I'm
I'm
a
a gambler.
But that was at the point where I'm like, man, I can 100% see myself being a gambler until I lose.
You see, I am trying to get. Well, I'm not actively, but I'm. My dad goes and plays poker in around where he lives, and he has told me several times that people around that area just suck at poker. And I don't have a job currently, so I'm like, just teach me how to be a card shark.
That would be sick.
Just let me go out
Just
on the
going around
weekend.
just blowing people out of the water.
Yeah, just walking up. I got a dark pair of shades. playing
High
poker.
stakes suburban poker.
Look, these suburban people. They're out on the weekend. They're looking for a fun time. I'm gonna take all their
Tristan,
money.
honey, I lost the house.
They can try and take it.
I don't think it's in my name.
We're playing for pig slips.
We're playing for house deeds.
Well, that's how I get us into a bigger house. Is I cheat some suburban homeowner out of their 2-story.
Yo, it's that easy, boys.
It's that easy.
So what was the question?
I said, have you
He
guys
just wanted
ever
to brag that
like,
he's winning.
been in,
Yeah,
no, been in
that's
a-
what that feels like.
Been in a situation where you can see the slippery slope and just imagine, and like you can see yourself falling down it.
Yes.
Drugs.
Really?
When did you ever do drugs?
You were
He's never done drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Shut the
imagined
fuck
himself
up.
doing
literally
drugs.
straight A.
And he's like,
Oh my god, if I touch a drug, I would become a drug addict.
No,
Holy
just
shit.
like I got put under for getting my wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh, here we go.
And when I
Like
woke
an
up, like my
aesthetic.
first thought was like, oh damn, this is well, all right. If I could buy this and do it all the time,
You can.
It's
I
called
can.
morphine.
I wish would never be awake anymore.
Same.
That took a second to hit me.
I would say yes, but normally it's just I'm having a conversation with somebody, and I'm like, if I don't end this conversation right now, it's gonna get
Violent.
not violent, but it's gonna last way longer than I want it to, and it's just gonna get annoying. Where I'm talking to somebody who's just awful, and I'm like, I know where this is headed. I need to bail out right now, or I'm gonna have no will to live in the
That's
next
when you
20
pull out of
I-
your back pocket the lizard god conversation topic, and then that usually makes someone leave.
I was gonna say, I get it, guys. I'll leave before 7 next time.
No, it's a contagion. Now we're capturing more people.
I will say no. It is exclusively when I went to film school.
Yeah, no, that. Oh my god,
Yeah, it
that
was-
hurts to even think about.
Yeah. I'm a survivor, genuinely.
My answer is yes, and I already fell down, so we're already at the bottom. It's fine. There's no way to get deeper than this.
What happened? What happened to DnD last week?
Hold on,
What?
Ricky.
What?
Ricky's in control all the time.
I jump around too much.
He's flighty.
I take a slip and oh, next fall. Next fall.
He like jumps from like it's like at a water park that like side by side slides. He just like he rolls across them. He doesn't go down. So what did happen at DnD last week?
I remember, I will be honest,
There's
I
a big
remember very
dungeon.
little of
It started in front of the big door.
It started in front of the big door. We
it
walked in
was-
the big door.
It was the Freddy show being invisible
It was.
for the
Yeah,
longest time.
It was me just running around.
But first we got through
Until he was
the gate.
We got through a gate.
I didn't get fucked.
Well, the gate was
Kind of.
interesting because
I guess
it
that does
took
have
us
context
forever.
in this.
We opened up the wings, and then Etherean hopped through.
Oh, yeah,
and the
and
wings got
you
closed, and then
could
we
not
burned them
understand
shut.
that metal expands when it gets hot.
that was like a
that was-
solid
that was the highlight of
40-minute
No,
conversation.
That was the
it
highlight of the
wasn't that it was
evening.
expanding. I just thought that the whole would be if I could kick it. Just
It was
right.
it was a very like what's heavier, 10 kilograms of feathers or 10 kilograms of steel conversation,
I understood.
where we're all just
I
like,
know. I
Haley,
understood that it
are you okay?
expands. I'm just saying, it probably the weight of it probably should have moved it down a little. That's all I'm saying,
Eventually
and it did
did.
eventually. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to know.
The important part, Ethereum was separated.
Yes. And then
Hot
suddenly
metal.
facing ghosts or frogs or something.
Metal rods that were heated up, fucking in the way between us. He had
Too
to
hot.
solo a fight.
Yeah, what was he fighting?
He was fighting frog daemons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He spent a round fighting it, and then I had the genius idea of putting a pit underneath the fucking
Oh yeah,
gate.
and they jumped like 3 feet up the wall, not even like
Yeah.
that high up.
Yeah.
I don't remember why that disappointed me, but I was disappointed by the fact that they did not like go onto the ceiling.
They were trying to.
But they just kept rolling low.
Yes.
That would not have helped them at all.
With the ranged character, you are correct. But they are frogs. Their intelligence score was 4.
That's pretty high.
They can speak, I guess.
Have you ever had a conversation with a frog?
Yeah.
I can still faint then.
Yeah. So really, they're not that stupid. But you know
So I
what?
still made a pit
Yeah. So the gate was still there, but there was a pit underneath it.
for flying characters to get underneath.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bella went also. Didn't
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Flapped her arms.
Asuka and Bella crossed over. Everyone else had to wait for the gate to fall. Eventually. That was a easy fight. It was a frog.
Well, it spawned another frog.
It was an easy fight. It was 2 frogs.
It was
Oh
2
my
frogs.
God.
It did take several rounds.
But it was only because we were all separated and I was
And Kasha was very confused about
very confused about
thermodynamics.
how gates work.
I mean, like, even once Vela and Askelin got in there, it still took like another 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So, I was trying to remember. Oh, right. You guys, there was the dragon switch that was above the door frame. You guys moved the wings up. Oh yeah, I gotta slow down for this, I forgot. Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
We almost
Rural.
died.
Rural. Rural.
I feel like we made that mistake last time.
We got off on McClintock last time. We need to go to rural.
Okay.
are you doxing us?
I am. I'm doxing you specifically.
Yeah.
Because you doxed the man who shan't be named. And we had to edit it out. Full God-given name dox, too.
Hate it when they God-given name dogs
That's
me.
your guys' fault for always calling him by his full name.
Well, maybe he
Literally
shouldn't have
is.
such an entertaining full name.
So after the frogs died, is that what the point where we went down and we had to like unlock something and Kasha at some point was convinced that if we opened a door it was going to kill everybody and it didn't, shockingly, because Kasha just rolled like a critical fail on perception or trap finding or something.
So, Kasha. So once the gate fell into the pit and everyone was able to cross over and everyone was in the central room, your options were east door or south door. And
East door or west door?
east door or south door. And I believe Kasha tried to make a perception to see if the south door was magically trapped. Oh no, I remember what it was. There was a door.
Yes.
Kasha was trying to see if it was trapped. It was not trapped, but Kasha rolled a natural 1, so she was convinced that it was just going to kill all of them if they opened up the door. I can't remember. I think it was Kiki.
Well, the
was
first one was
me.
trapped. I
Okay.
unlocked it, and then Kiki had to open it, and it turned out it was trapped. And then
Yes.
something fell on her. I
Yes.
just didn't notice it
Yes.
because I can't open doors. And then the second one I tried to check again, and this time I was convinced that it had a power word death spell or something. And it didn't occur to Kasha that like, oh wait, a door can't speak.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Hold on.
Hold
Wait
up.
a second.
Wait a second.
Roll it back.
Yeah.
So
That
then
door can't talk.
And that's when Bella went over and was like, I'm just gonna open
This
the
might
door.
be hard to
Kiki took
believe,
a
but
lot of damage
doors
from
can't
that.
talk.
Well, yeah, because Kiki or Vela.
Kiki took the damage.
Okay, yeah, Kiki, when they activated the trap, it was. I think it was like 5, maybe 66 ice spikes just freaking falling down
So
from the
6
ceiling.
damage?
Yeah.
I think it was like.
It was 24 damage.
It was 6
It was a
damage.
significant amount.
It was 6
Are you making that up?
It was
But then
21 or
Bella-
24.
You
one
have a
of those.
single fact to back
I know
that up.
because I spent a certain amount of time. I had to calculate how long 1d4 would heal someone.
That's true.
Source, I made it up.
Source, my brain.
But then Vela went on a little adventure where she went invisible and then just opened every door possible.
Yeah. I was exploring.
Yeah.
And
Those-
nobody decided to come with me, so it was just me. It was a solo act.
It was a solo act, despite the fact that 2 other characters could be invisible and come with you.
I was being a medic. That was the first
The
thing.
reason I didn't go is I can't open doors.
You had a
banging
person to
through
open
this
doors with you, though.
fucking-
Yeah. But
Joe.
like, what if things got dangerous and I needed to try to get help?
I guess you'd be fucked.
You were fine.
So, Vela went south, where there were more frogs in a chamber. And
The frog
then
room.
went west,
The frug room.
where there was a... Oh, God, what was in there?
I don't know.
It was a big room. It was a big room.
It was the big room that had guys in it. It doesn't really matter what was in there. I don't know.
Actually, I don't even think there were guys in there.
There were dudes in there.
I can't perfectly imagine the map in my head like you can.
And then the next room over had the big bad guy that we didn't know about.
The BBEG.
Well, had the big dude.
The big one.
I mean, he was fairly
small,
medium
but-
sized.
He was just an average
He was
dude.
regular.
He was an average.
A
big dude.
regular big bad evil guy.
Regular bow. Went north.
Mhm.
There was a
Secret passage.
secret door opened up. That secret door, and there were two. The way that it's described is basically a bear, but with a human skeleton, but still acts like a bear. So, bear with long limbs and short spine,
Gross.
and ram horns. I don't know why everything in Abaddon has ram horns.
'Cause that's their
Evil.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Just glue them on when we're born.
One of them did perceive the door being opened,
Oh yeah, this was like the secret door into the hallway,
and so
the cave hallway.
But Bella sneaked past that.
right.
This is a lot of describing maps. This episode. 'Cause
Yes.
Not a whole lot
Bella
happened.
alerted them, and then Bella just walked south.
Because right.
And then
Yeah, I just
Walked
kept
south,
going and
walked
then
back into the big room where there was a north entrance into the bear room. Went into the
she
bear
just
room.
returned back to her bear room from a different
At
entrance.
what point did I walk through the door into the scorpion?
That was
Right
right,
now.
next. Yeah,
Yeah.
you walked across. Well, because you noticed that north there was like wavy stuff, and you're like, I'm not going to bother with that because that looks enchanted. And then you went through the room and
It's
then
gonna
up
be
into
right
the magic
past
door.
this intersection
And then
on
it
your
turned
left.
that magic door. It
Just turn
like
left
teleported
here,
you
yeah.
across the map. And that's when you're like, hey guys, I'm lost. And then everybody else is like, all right, we should do something about
Well,
it.
it teleported me across the map into a room full of gigantic scorpions
Yeah. Yes.
that were just bouncing around like pong balls. So I immediately turned around and walked out of that room.
and then
Yeah.
realized that you were no
It's
longer
somewhere
You did not
else.
walk back into the bear room. You walked into a hallway you had not seen before.
Yeah. And so then everybody else started moving, and we were like, map-wise, the room that we had yet to enter was the same door that Vela used in order to get transported. But Kasha, looking at it, was like, oh, this looks weird. And then Asklin was like, yeah, that's absolutely enchanted, and then dispelled the enchantment. So we were now unable to go the same way that
You didn't
Bella
go to
went.
the Scorp room.
No, we did
The
not.
Scorp
So then
zone.
we opened it to the
I
bear room.
saved lives.
And then we killed the bear.
I thought you were about to do this thing you did last time. You were driving where
I
you
was
drove
waiting
all the way
for
the
it.
fuck over there again. Bro, start vaping.
No, it's a slippery slope.
Bro.
Hey guys, you like Star Wars? Start vaping.
I don't.
Then don't.
Can we
Damn.
entice you
So
with
how's it
I-
Star Wars
It's bad.
stickers?
That's my review.
Damn.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Hello.
We're back, gamers.
Gamers, don't watch this. Hear this. Don't watch this.
We got our gamer juice.
I'm a gamer. I watch this.
You're a gambler.
No, you don't.
I am.
We can be many things, guys.
No. Everybody gets one.
The reject.
Reject. You can't say that. You come and go as you please.
I reject myself.
You're the reject because you reject us.
And nothing ties it down.
So we left off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck were we talking about?
We left off.
Big
Bella,
scorpions.
We had to bust through a door to fight the bear things because we could no longer use the magic to get to the scorpions. And then Bella continued her crazy adventure southbound.
Oh yeah, into the room with the head on the table.
Yeah.
The head of the big scary lady that we fought last time.
Yeah.
Who was
Dismembered.
dismembered. Her head was on one table, torso on another, arms and legs kind of set up separately and were undergoing repairs. And her head was the only conscious bit of her, just crying. She did not have her lower jaw installed. Could not speak.
Me too. I picked it up and put it in my bag of holding.
Well, no, what you did first
have
was you
nothing
opened
on
up a
the
secret
screen.
door that led back into the, you had to like push against bodies to get into the room with the big bad dude.
Oh yeah, I
And then you
kept like
alerted
pushing
him.
on it.
And then
well,
he
no,
tried to shoot at you.
no,
and then you
okay.
got into the
Hold
other
on,
room.
rewind.
Okay.
Rewind.
while I was still in the hallway, I did that. That was before I went into the room with the head.
From Scorpion Room.
Yes.
To head room.
I pushed open. I was trying to push it open, and Tristan kept like reinforcing, like he's walking over, and I'm like, yeah, I keep pushing on it. And
Yeah,
like
no, I know.
he's walking right up there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing on it. And then
Bella kept rolling under 10 strength, so it was just like.
Yeah.
Not quite
Eventually,
opening up the swinging door.
I got it open enough that I could like see in there, and I like saw him, and I was like, all right, never mind. And I kept going. I just left it and kept going, which means he was alerted to my presence. He didn't know where I was, but he came into the hallway and detected magic and couldn't quite figure out. Yeah, couldn't quite figure out where I was. He knew where I was going though, so he started trotting along behind me. I walk into the room with the head on the table. I'm like, yo, a head, I'll take that, and I pick it up and put it in my bag, and then I'm alerted to the fact that he is hauling ass behind me, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to the.
You jammed the door.
I jammed the door
with a rapier.
With a rapier, yeah, with a masterwork rapier.
You can go back and guess. I never did that.
I had like 3 of them.
You just gonna do that shit? Saved your life.
And then I ran into the next room. I remember there was an altar on the far side of the room, but it was like. This dude was like 4 feet behind me, so I didn't really want to run over there because I was gonna put a violin on the altar and be like, haha, fuck you. But
there was also a goblin.
There was a little goblin with green tubules of something.
We even got a visual of that.
Yeah, we even got a visual of that because we typed it in on that fucking AI image generator.
Oh yeah.
And Ricky got like a fucking fantastic set of images. And then I ran into the bear room and was like holding the door back with my body. I was like, he's
the bear
right
room after the party had.
You had already killed the bears.
I'm like, there's a scary guy right behind me.
That was timeline.
I took his girlfriend's head.
Timeline what?
Yeah, and then so we were killing. I don't actually remember what happened during the killing of bears.
Well, this was happening.
From what I recall, was over fairly quickly.
Let me
Or maybe
think.
I just didn't care.
There were 2 bears.
Asklin tried to pull a big brain move.
Big brain,
I'm trying to remember
man.
the positioning of everyone.
It was Asklin and Thilden, I believe, that were the first
Asklin
to
and Theory and Thilden were still in the main room because.
This is like the worst episode.
Yeah.
It's like, here's all. We went north,
This is what you need to know.
and then there was a guy standing there.
There's the original room. There's a hallway with 2 doors, and then there's a room with the bear.
This is the
Asplin
east
was
door
there
from the
because
initial
Asplin
room.
was the one who had to disable magic so that we could actually open the door in the first
You're
place.
right.
So Asplin was right there. Kasha was right there. Kasha
and is
got the
what
fuck out
got
of there.
and is what got Bella stuck.
There being the room with the bears. Asklin got seen because invisibility doesn't work, and she stood there because she was gonna damnation stride, which is just dimension door, and hurt them back into the room she originally was. Kasha was invisible, so Kasha had a high enough sneak. That's what it was, so she was fine. The bears had some will-saved abilities. I don't think we ever learned what they did, but gathering intel while I was just standing there and ready to move, so when they got within a few feet of me, teleport back into the main room. Tell everyone there's fucking bears.
There's fucking bears!
Kasha's already there. Kiki moves over through the door. Hilden and Ethereum slowly made their ways because they're range people, and the bear just fucking teleports along back over there with me. So both of them, I believe. And
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Alright. They damage him, as they do, for a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the second one?
You firewalled the first one. Or the one that
was the
teleported
last
in.
one. That was the very last one. I don't remember what happened to the first one that died.
I think Ethilden, Kiki, and Aetherian just kept freaking punching and shooting it.
They both must have teleported them, because all the action happened in the first room. I remember that.
Okay.
Kasha was after doors, so genuinely did not contribute at all this entire
Possibly the
session.
worst thing for
I
her to be
remember
after.
what happened. Ethilden
I'm the one that got lost.
engaged one of them in the room they originally
Yeah,
were in.
I think I kept fighting the one that teleported,
Okay.
and then you guys all moved into the other room.
I can't remember what happened in the second one.
At what point did the guy die?
Essentially, there was one. Firewall, so we could walk away, but stayed there and did enough damage to it with Firewall, with Hilton, and Asklin finishing it off. And then
Are we still in the bears?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The bears died. They did.
This is a
They-
chore
they
and I'm not even
fucking
listening to it.
concurrent.
I'm in it.
I'm kind of describing action by action though, so that's why.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
I wasn't.
I can't add my storytelling flair to it.
So then they die, and then I think it was very quick
And then
that
they
like
die.
During the fight, Kasha was asking Aslan to come over and help.
yeah, well I wanted the doors unlocked.
Yeah.
It's like no, fucking forget the bears, help me.
So
Well, because I think what happened is Kasha was like, I'm not gonna fight these bears. I need to find Vela, because Vela's in the middle of goddamn who knows where. But the doors were enchanted, so I was like, Aslan, come over, please help me. Forget the bears.
Please
But then-
disenchant this and then also open it.
But then the bears were also like they died. Well, because I think we went into the like the secret hallway that Bella opened the door for, and I was like, oh, this is hella enchanted. I need it to not be enchanted. And then we discovered it is just a pit for like all of the doors that we entered. And so we're like, all right, forget that. And then very shortly after that, Bella showed up and being tailed by
The guy
next
whose
battle.
girlfriend I stole.
Yeah.
And his assistant.
And
now
so
the
then we had
timelines
the,
converge.
then we had the
Goblin.
final fight. I don't remember that much either.
I
actually
remember I
remember
ran and hid behind a Therian.
I remember I healed a lot,
Yes.
quite a lot.
I think I
Nice.
sneak attacked. Somebody killed him.
Yes.
The
Damn.
little goblin dude.
He
also
definitely
died.
died.
I killed the orc,
There you
as
go.
I do.
As one does.
Was he an orc or a goblin?
It was an orc.
They were both orcs.
There was an orc and a goblin. I think
They
the
were both
goblin,
orcs.
They were both orcs.
They were
The,
both orcs?
No-
God has deemed it so.
There were no goblins.
Yeah, I remember writing that.
I was
down.
just trying to see how many of you thought it was a goblin, just to see if it was just mass psychosis.
Ricky
or
could
if
literally
I-
say anything and I would
I
believe
said
him.
goblin first, but then after I said that, I was like, oh no, wait, it was a half orc, because I remember writing in half orc for the
And
story
we just all went
too.
with it. I wasn't paying like I wasn't enough attention to know if it was an orc or a goblin.
Yes, they both busted in.
I don't care what flavor of green skin they are.
They both
Honestly.
busted in like the Kool-Aid man. The scarier dude, the big B,
I remember I had to roll a strength check to try and hold them back with the door, and I did not make
who
it.
did not make it. The
He
big
did
B
negative damage. I was so mad about
basically
that.
rushed to the left side or the right side of the group, used channel energy just to hit everybody. The first guy stayed back because Kiki was rushing him, and then he critted on her twice with his scythe and made Kiki sickened for like an ungodly amount of rounds.
Oh yeah, and then Kiki and I got flanking on him.
Correct. It didn't really matter because Kiki could still just stand there.
Didn't he
and
get
whack.
big at some point?
That's the
other
main
two
one, and
did.
that's
The main guy
later.
did.
Okay, how about this? He got big, we killed him. Dawson, what was the thing about your giant? Just for the sake of my own
Well,
realism.
okay, wait a second. One more thing happened, okay? After
What
we
kind
killed
of
the big
transition
guy.
was that?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
After we killed the
Man,
big
he's
guy.
big. Talk about big.
So the first guy died. The second guy, he had the
He got-
soul
he
of
got
the black dragon that you guys have been trying to help.
So then
Absorbed the soul.
absorbed it, and now he's a big old bad dragon, and he's trying.
Oh, okay, whatever.
He's gonna try to climb up to the top. He's burrowing right now. And
Wait,
we know
so-
Ilden's gonna try to kill him.
Who? Wait, Rash through?
Crash through. The
dragon
little
is
one-eyed dude.
This is like almost what happens when you just try and rush through something. You might get confused. So the main dude.
See, but I'm sure it would be covered next time.
No.
So-
Why would you think that?
so the-
Because you're gonna try to kill Rash through, and I'm gonna be like, why? Wait, what? Where did Rash through come from? And then you're gonna
Crash
explain.
through was there the whole time.
Exactly, but how would I know
Now
that?
he's a big black dragon.
Well, there we go.
He got his soul back because the necromancer dude was keeping it, the necromancer orc. And then we killed him, and now Rash is a big dragon, and that's where we had to cut off because otherwise it was going to be another 3-hour fight with a Hilton trying to kill the dragon and all of us
Correct.
trying to
It
stop
would
the
not be
Hilton.
That would not take 3
It would be
hours.
3 rounds.
Yes.
And it's either one way or the other.
Yeah,
Probably
3
be
rounds.
dying.
Yeah.
after
yeah, I'm still gonna do that.
after the dude turned into the dragon.
Wait,
And Hilton got flashbacks from a war that didn't happen.
the guy whose girlfriend's head I stole turned into the dragon?
No.
Yes, he absorbed the soul and then
No, that
he
guy
grew into
died.
the dragon.
And had the soul of the dragon, like, on lock.
I'm getting 2 conflicting reports right now.
Okay.
Kasha's wrong, just
I'm
like
wrong.
yes,
Sorry, God, I guess I am wrong.
you are wrong. So
Okay, you explain that.
thank
God.
you. So
You're welcome.
the guy who rushed through to the middle of you guys channeled the negative energy.
The guy whose
guy-
girlfriend's head I stole.
That is correct. He had the last part of Rash Through's soul. Rash Through being the black dragon that you guys are helping. when he absorbed the soul, that is when he turned into a huge black dragon.
So this is not Rashtu. This is the guy whose girlfriend's head I stole.
Correct.
Oh,
He turned into a big black dragon. That is when Kasha and Vela both needed to make strength saves because he was growing.
Yes,
and
he
you
pushed
guys
us
were-
away.
Right.
I didn't.
Then
I
he was
forgot that part.
targeting Aetherian because he was the one doing the most damage to him. And that's when he cast Slay Living on him. Aetherian made the save, so he only took 3d6 plus 12 damage instead of the 12d6 plus 12.
That's only 12 damage. Come on. That's only 24 damage.
What?
This is the worst fucking episode.
Yes, it is.
Yet. Holy shit.
Then after that, I think, did Ithilden kill him? Who
I
killed him?
didn't get the last part, no.
Was it Aetherian?
Likely.
I'm sure he died.
He did sure die, and then
So
Rashtu
he died,
absorbed
and then
the black
actual
dragon energy.
Rashtu absorbed Rashtu's soul from the guy whose girlfriend's head I stole.
Yes. And then he became
That
a
rhymes.
black dragon
It
again. And now he's
And
turning
now
again.
Ithilden is going to try to kill Rashtu.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Now we're all cut up. Talk
We're
about your giant.
talk about your
Keyword-
giant, please, for the love of Christ.
Keyword try.
Attempt.
So basically, a
Basically.
little bit of backstory here. I don't know if I want Ithilden to be like dead because I may want to play him later, but I do want to try
No one's
out
ever really
a
gone.
sorcerer. Well, I know, but like, so basically, his name is Devurg because he's
The view.
a dwarf giant. Like all of his other all of his like parents and his brothers are like fucking significantly taller than him, even though he's like 6'10".
He's a manlet.
Yeah, he's a manlet in the giant world, and so he's picked on. And then I've decided that he has like an argument with his dad about like being a stonemason. He's like, nah, I want to be a warrior. I want to go explore.
I want
And
to
so-
be warrior.
Papa.
I have the heart of a warrior, and so. His dad gets fucking pissed, and you know how in like the first Thor movie where Odin just like fucking banishes him, he just does that and just like opens a portal and sends
He's
him
like, all
into
right,
it.
you want to be a warrior? Go to hell.
And so what I was thinking is that like the portal just opens up, like if Ithilden's about to die, they each go through the other side, and Ithilden just gets stranded. He gets Jumanji'd basically, and just gets.
So
trapped
Devurg
somewhere.
is going to come in at the 11th hour and kill Rashtu.
No, because that's not what he would do.
We're just gonna
What?
get a big giant friend.
He's
So
just-
really
it's
So
just
nice.
gonna be
so
a
you're
fucking-
assuming, which you know what they say, you're assuming that Rashtu is just going to stop attacking you because Ithilden went through a portal and then another guy came out and is standing in the same spot Ithilden was. That looks kind of sus. If I were a big dragon, I would keep attacking. That's all I'm going to say.
You're a stupid.
I
dragon.
wouldn't attack back though.
Yeah, like, okay, then you die. And then Ithilden comes back and dies too. And you've lost two characters
Oh, no.
to Rashtu, the dragon.
That's
Rashtu
not
is a reasonable
happening.
man.
He is
Dragon.
He's a dragon.
I'm the unreasonable
Yeah,
one.
he has a high fucking intelligence.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's
He also
see
has
the
a
rest of
dog.
us. And if we're like, oh shit, Ithilden, that's not Ithilden anymore. He's never done that trick.
He's evolved.
Bro.
It's his second form.
Not an elf?
Come on.
Can't be him.
Come on. Can you? Oh, Stone Giant. Yeah, no, he would have killed that dead.
So
on
Dawson-
Sight, on sight.
I know you like are thinking of a different plan, which I'm fine with, but I wanted.
I know
wanted
you,
to-
God, are
I
thinking of
wanted-
a different plan.
It's not
Well, no.
a different plan. It's just that he has something planned previously that will coincide with what you're doing. He just can't say it out loud.
Okay, I didn't because I wanted to bring the Jumanji because I really like that idea. And
He
I
can
think
be
it's funny.
Jumanji. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, I didn't know if you were like still down for that though.
He can be Jumanji. I'm not gonna have them both swap at the same
Yeah.
time. Because I know in a fantasy game where we play wacky rules, that's a little too that's too
That's a
wacky.
little bit too
That's
wacky
too
for me,
wacky
dog.
for me.
You've got a little too, you crossed the line.
And also, I did think about the fact that if they do just swap places while this thing is just opening its jaw to breath weapon you, it is just going to keep breath weaponing that spot.
Interesting. Turns
I
out I'm
would-
right.
I would live.
Man, I keep forgetting to bring
most
my
likely,
little,
though.
little beeper.
Oh no, Austin.
little
Austin, remember,
beeper.
please let us in. Austin.
There was a lady and a Highlander behind us earlier, just like, oh, maybe if I just loop around, they'll have a beeper, and I was like, nope, sorry, lady.
No beeper for you. Does anyone else have any? What the fuck?
What?
What? keep that fucking thing on you, bro.
Are you just not noticing that?
Yes.
He's fucking double strapped up today.
Goddamn.
Melee and ranged.
Let's go. Anybody have anything else interesting to add to
The parking segment?
I felt like I was babysitting that whole section.
I feel like you say that every time.
Every
though.
time.
No, especially now.
Well, because Velma was somewhere else and then Kasha was just
First
fucking...
I was healing Kiki, then
Yeah.
immediately, oh, this door's fucking jammed.
Aslan!
And then a
Mom!
fight teleports
I'm
in. I'm dealing
hungry.
with a fight, and then I'm called again to go deal with
Open
something else.
another door.
Forget the fight! Teach me magic or, like, do it, please. Just give
Doing
me a
all
ring
over
that
the-
does that for me.
And then everyone gets hurt
This
in
little
the fight.
wiggly
I was
guy's
just
captured
about
my
to say.
imagination this entire drive. I've been looking at him.
I cone of cold everyone, but it actually heals. Because bullshit.
Oh my god, yeah,
That's-
Aslan did that for like last second healing during the boss
I
fight.
have
That
to
was
imagine
really good.
you, like, make it hurt on purpose as punishment, so it's like, get better next time.
I think
Don't
it
get
just
hurt.
hurts regardless, right?
It's cauterizing.
But
I've
it's
been
more fun
cauterized
if
before.
I know Askelin is trying to hurt me as punishment for making her use her magic on me.
Damn, hate it when you have to use your magic.
Drill sergeant. Fucking whip. Get back in there.
I guess it's really our fault that this episode was so weak because we didn't do anything last
Yeah.
time.
No, it was mostly combat.
I will admit, I was like
Yeah,
a little distracted because I had a sudden idea for a character that rarely happens, so I just got a little too in depth, a little too lost.
Wow.
In the character.
The truth
creation
comes
sauce.
out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, even I'm not even the biggest fan of dungeon crawls, but like
Well, I mean, we made Emerald Spire interesting, like podcast wise. I was just listening to an Emerald Spire episode
I think it
earlier
was
today.
mostly just because the group was split up in so many ways.
Well, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like literally not like it was. Vela was running around, then we fought some guys, and then it was over. Like
Yeah.
it was just that. Like it was.
If we stuck
there was
together,
nothing-
There would have been more fighting. Or
Yes,
more
exactly,
dodging or
and there would have
whatever.
been more role play.
right.
You know, like there would have been something to talk about, but instead we kind of shot ourselves in the foot here.
We're too good.
Can't wait for next episode where Ithilden dies. Stay
Definitely
tuned.
something to talk about.
I can't wait for next episode because that's a future where Tristan knows what's going on.
Are you saying you know what? You saying you know what's going on now?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Who?
What?
Ooh. Ooh. Who's
this?
Ooh.
Eru.
Mumsy.
Are you doing your homework?
No.